Hello everyone, welcome to another video here on Motorcycling Endeavors, and today I'm going to do a quick video for you about the Kawasaki Vulcan S and if it's the right motorcycle for you. Now, I've had the Kawasaki Vulcan S for 2 seasons now, and I must say it was the ideal bike for me. This was my first motorcycle, still is my only motorcycle, and I'm very happy with my decision. So I'm going to share with you my thoughts and my opinions on this motorcycle with the hopes that it'll help you make an informed decision. First things first, there are many review videos out there, and you should definitely, without a shadow of a doubt, head onto YouTube and watch at least a half a dozen of review videos before you head out to the dealership to buy your next motorcycle. So my video is to help you determine is if the motorcycle could be the ideal motorcycle for you. So without further ado, let's get rolling. If you are a new rider, if you are just getting back into riding, or you are looking to upgrade your motorcycle, possibly from a 250 or a 300, if the Kawasaki Vulcan S is not on your radar, it should be. For the simple fact that there is nothing intimidating about the Kawasaki Vulcan S. It is not a big hulking cruiser like the Harley Road King or the Boulevard C90 or the Indian Dark Horse. Nope. It is a mid-sized cruiser. It weighs 500 pounds. It is very approachable and very friendly. And what's great about a motorcycle that is very approachable and very friendly, especially for these category of people, new riders just getting back into riding and upgrading, is that you want a motorcycle that you're going to be able to ride. The last thing that you want is to have a motorcycle that's too big, too heavy, that you won't be able to handle it. And as a result, it's going to end up sitting in your garage and you're going to hate motorcycling. So ideally, finding a 650 with the characteristics of the Vulcan S is an ideal first bike. I can't stress to you how user-friendly this bike is. There's nothing fancy about this motorcycle. It is a very enjoyable ride. It's got enough pop and pull to it to have you pass cars. It can get up to 70 miles an hour. You can enjoy it in the curves. You can take it on some distance rides, limited though. But it's a very enjoyable and it's a very great first bike, or upgrade bike, or just getting back into riding. The low seat height is fantastic itself. Smaller statured people will definitely like this bike, because if you're like me, I'm not smaller stature, I'm average size, about 5'10", but if you're like me, when you're at a stop, you want to put your feet firmly planted on the ground. The last thing you want is to be on tippy toes. I like the security of my feet on the ground, and that Vulcan S, this Vulcan S, or any Vulcan S, will deliver that aspect for you. So, new riders, just getting back into riding, and upgrade riders from like 250 to 300, put the Vulcan S on your radar screen. It is it's a fun ride. It's very enjoyable. It's got a lot of, like I said, it'll just basically check a lot of the boxes that you're looking for in your next motorcycle. Now, the next segment of riders that could benefit greatly from the Vulcan S is riders that are looking for a good all-around bike. And that is what the Vulcan S is. The Kawasaki Vulcan S is a good all-around motorcycle. The 650, as I mentioned before, has enough pull to deliver excitement. The lightweight of the motorcycle makes it very maneuverable, and like I said, it's just very user-friendly. If you're wanting a motorcycle to commute back and forth to work, back and forth to class, check. This bike will do that for you without any issues. you just want to have it in your stable just to ride on the weekends, or maybe hop over to a friend's house for a barbecue, or meet up with the buds at Buffalo Wild Wings for the big game, you just want to ride your motorcycle, check. This motorcycle will do that. This is a fantastic all-around motorcycle, and that's what makes it better than a first bike, because there is more to it than just learning. I mean, it's a great beginner bike, but it's also a bike that could be the only bike in your stable. I mean, if you're just looking for an all-around bike and you don't need anything fancy, this bike will fit the bill. And that's what's great about it. This bike will absolutely fit the bill for a good all-around motorcycle. Now, the Kawasaki Vulcan S does have a deficiency. And that deficiency comes with long-distance riding. Now, that's just my personal opinion. It could be ideal for somebody else, but for me, it is not. So, as far as long-distance riding goes, I struggle with the Kawasaki Vulcan S. And this is why. You see, because the Kawasaki Vulcan S is a good all-around motorcycle, it doesn't do cruiser well. It does cruiser, but it doesn't do cruiser well in terms of mile munching. If you are looking for a motorcycle that you could do mile munching on, this is not the motorcycle for you. And you have to keep that in mind if your tastes happen to evolve from just everyday riding to, man, I really like to get some distance on the motorcycle sometime. So you will struggle with it, and that's where I'm at with the Kawasaki Vulcan S. For me, that is the key deficiency for me with the Vulcan S. It does cruiser, but it doesn't do cruiser well. So next year, I will probably look into either trade the Vulcan S in or just keep the Vulcan S and just buy a cruiser motorcycle that is more geared for mile munching. So those are my thoughts on the Kawasaki Vulcan S. It's a short video, so just a quick recap. If you are a new rider, beginner rider, or looking to upgrade from a 250 or a 350, it's a non-intimidating motorcycle. It is very approachable, very friendly. It won't jerk your arms out of your socket. You won't feel like you're fighting the bike. It makes a great first motorcycle, great upgrade motorcycle, and you will do well to give this motorcycle a really good, honest look. 2, if you are looking for a good all-around motorcycle to commute with, or just to have in your stable, just to ride around on occasions, the weekends and such, this motorcycle will foot the bill. And it may be the only motorcycle that you will ever need. 3, if you're looking for mile munching, you might as well start looking somewhere else, because this bike will struggle with mile munching. For me, like I said, it starts to feel uncomfortable. I can't get fully settled on the bike for extended period of times. I have done extended miles. I've done 200 plus miles. I have been on the bike 6, 7, 8 hours a day, and it's just not meant for it, at least for me. Now for others, hey, it may work just fine, but for me, it's not a great mile munching motorcycle. And like I said, as my taste evolved from just having a motorcycle just to simply ride around on the weekends and to commute with, this motorcycle doesn't fit the bill that I'm looking for in regards to the mile munching cruiser that I want. So anyway, I hope this video helps. I hope this video made sense. I hope this video actually came out. I've been struggling trying to make this video for a while, because most of the time nothing ever works out. But anyway, yeah, shooting YouTube videos is harder than it seems. But anyway, like I said, feel free to drop me a line in the comments if you want me to address a particular question you have about the Vulcan S. Like I said, I enjoyed the motorcycle. I am glad that I made the Vulcan S, my first motorcycle. I've learned a lot on it. I'm going to continue to learn on it, and it's definitely a great first bike plus, and I highly recommend it for, like I said, any new rider, any rider that's looking to upgrade, any rider that's just getting back into it, and anybody who's looking for a really good all-around bike. So anyway, that's the video. Like I said, I hope it was helpful, and have a great day. I hope you got out for a ride, and I'll see you at the next video.